I'm impressed because I'm feeling a lot of heat. My face feels like it's on fire.
You're glistening.
But that milk is calling my name. But I'm going to hold out. Welcome back to a special edition of the No Easy Way Out podcast. Now, if you joined us in season 3, you might have seen this. We did a Hot Ones edition podcast episode with me, Zach, and Matt, and Dan interviewed us, and we ate 10 spicy wings. They got progressively hotter as the questions got hotter. And so our guest today, Sarah Dameron. Sarah, welcome to the show.
Thank you. She
is our newest employee, and we were thinking about what's a good way we can introduce her to our community, and she said, can we do a Hot Ones podcast? Now, if you remember, if you watched the episode, the link is in the description. We got to about wing number 8, and your man started having a laughing fit.
It's like a bomb in your mouth, like,
Dude, that's rough. Well, Tony.
Oh my goodness.
So
that's terrible.
So Tony, you know, you've made friends with celebrities. You've had your celebrity moments on ridiculousness, you know, and you keep a celebrity profile. You got.
Why am I laughing? You just couldn't stop. And for about 2 hours afterwards, my stomach was on fire. But if you also remember, I ate every single wing down to the bone. And so I've committed today that I'm just going to take a bite, as our guest will just take a bite, and we're going to enjoy this process. And we're going to ask her some questions, and we're going to do a deep dive on her, who she is, and you're going to get to know her, and you're going to get to see if she can handle the Hot Wing Challenge. Now, Sarah, do you typically like spicy food?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
So when you say you like spicy food, what's an example of something that's really spicy that you like?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know?
I just grab whatever hot sauce.
Just hot sauce, you just go for it.
Yeah.
No fear. Are you a little nervous today?
I'm more nervous for the questions than I am for the wings, which I feel like is a bad place to be.
The questions are good, but the wings are even gooder. And so you're gonna enjoy this moment here. So we're gonna start with the classic. This is the garlic Fresno edition. Comes in at just 1,700 Scoville units. So
what if I can't even make it past the first one?
Then you're in big trouble because it's a long journey.
All right, so we're starting left to right,
left to right. Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers to you. Take a bite. One bite. Everybody knows the rules.
That's tasty.
It's got a good flavor. Mm-hmm. Make sure you don't touch your eyes.
No.
I'm mixing podcasts here. So,
rookie mistake.
Sarah, tell our audience a little bit about what you do here at AZEE.
Well, I'm the content specialist, and I create graphics and different content for our clients. Mm-hmm. So, and I film TikToks, do some vlogs, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been with us, Sarah?
A little over a month, I think.
Do you feel that wing at all? Do you consider that spicy?
No.
Okay, good. So where did you grow up, Sarah? You're not from Owasso.
I'm not from Owasso. I grew up in the thriving metropolis of Byron, Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah. We even have one flashing stoplight. Yeah.
You say we as though you still live there.
True.
Once in Byron, always in Byron, right?
That is actually on the saying
is
of
it?
the,
no
of
way.
the town. Yeah. once a
Fitting.
Byronite, always a Byronite.
Byronite.
I just made
Who
that
came
up
with that? So you were a homeschool kid, right?
I was. Very cool.
Tell us about growing up as a homeschool kid.
I loved it. I have no regrets. I'm not a morning person, so not having to get up at the butt crack of dawn was always fantastic to me. I got to be with my family all the time.
Go at your own pace.
Yeah, it's great.
Now, some people say that homeschool kids are a little socially awkward. Do you find that to be true in your own life?
Yes.
You are?
But not with me.
Oh, okay. You find other homeschoolers, but not you.
Yes.
You are the exception to the rule.
Yeah, me and my brothers were the cool kids.
In your homeschool.
Yeah, in my homeschool.
You were popular.
I was the most popular girl. And I have this running joke where, all my friends got to go to prom, but I didn't because my brothers didn't ask me.
Oh, yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's get right into our second wing here. That's great. That's fantastic. Well,
Alabama.
yes.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into our second sauce here called Bliss and Vinegar. This is coming in at 6,200 Scoville heat units. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I love vinegar.
Okay. You like a vinegar-based sauce?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
It's got a good flavor to it.
It almost has a sweetness to it. Mm-hmm. That's very good.
That's the bliss. The vinegar is the salty.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's coming in just a little tingly, but nothing too bad yet. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Let's go back to prom. So Dan says that he didn't go to prom.
Okay.
Dan is her husband, by the way. Dan works here for us.
Stud muffin of a man.
Yeah. That's your opinion. Dan says he didn't go to prom because he's a good Baptist boy who didn't dance. Or he was a good Baptist boy or is a good Baptist boy.
That's all 4 years though.
I think he wanted to know he was asked all 4 years because he was also popular in his school.
Yeah.
It was more than his siblings.
It was a real school though.
But the world wants to know, we know you didn't go to prom.
Yeah.
We know that you weren't asked by your brothers.
No.
Who did ask you to go to prom? Did anyone ask you to go to prom?
One person asked me to go to prom. We went to church together, and he was like the really weird, creepy guy. And he approached me one day.
You felt confident to approach the homeschool
Yeah,
girl?
yeah, right? Yeah, he approached me at youth group and asked me to go to prom, and I said, oh, I can't, I'm not allowed. And then I went home and told my mom. She's like, oh, you could have gone. And I said,
really?
no, Mom,
Yes.
you don't understand.
I'm a good homeschool girl.
That's right.
Well, listen, I grew up in a Baptist home. We were not allowed to go to the prom. We were not allowed to dance. I also was asked, maybe not as many times as Dan, because I'm not the stud muffin that he is, or that you claim that he is. But I was also asked, we were not allowed to do that. We had a very footloose style, growing up home. So we had our junior senior banquet where we all got to dress up, but there was no music, no dancing. It was purely lemonade and good gospel food.
Kevin Bacon didn't show up on the scene?
Kevin Bacon did not show up, but I did rage dance in the woods afterwards because I was very angry about
That's
that.
awesome. Did you trip over a log and fall down a very large hill?
In the wooded glen?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Good.
All right, so let's get right in here to number 3 here. It's called Hoff's House Sauce. Yeah, Hoff and Pepper. And this one is coming at 14,500 Scoville units, so double the last one. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get right in. By the way, what is your favorite wing? Is it the drum or do you like the little wing? This is a question I always ask people.
Oh, that one's really good. I think I like the, whatever this is, the drum.
That's the drum.
It has more meat on it.
Sometimes. Sometimes it's very
I'm actually
filled
gonna
with
take another
cartilage.
bite. Oh, it's really good.
So Sarah, when you were growing up in the homeschool, what did you want to be?
I thought for sure I was going to go to school for cosmetology. Like from the time I was a little kid until I actually graduated. And I even went and checked out cosmetology schools. And then my mom was like, why don't you take a year off? Just chill. And it's been like 30 some odd years now.
Took 30 years off.
Yeah, never looked back.
So now that you're grown up, what do you now want to be when you grow up?
I'm living it, man.
You're living the dream?
I'm
You've
living the
landed your
dream.
dream job?
I have.
Cheers. I'm not going to drink the milk because she hasn't drank the milk yet, but cheers to everyone that she just said that AZEE was the dream job. I'm going to follow your lead here, okay?
Okay.
If you don't do milk, your guy won't do milk here.
All
okay?
right.
Let's get right into
I
our...
feel like it's now a challenge.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, okay.
Who can go the longest?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get right into this next sauce here. We got the Los Calientes, which means the Calientes.
Fair
And,
enough.
the official name is Los Calientes Verde, which means the green Calientes.
I just learned that in the kitchen, actually. I was like, oh, it's green. It looks like verde sauce.
Yes,
And I was corrected.
verde means
Verde.
green, I believe, yes. So this one's coming in at 36,000 Scoville units. We're more than doubling every time here.
Fantastic.
How you feeling?
I feel great.
Haven't even touched you yet?
No, not
Okay.
yet.
36,000 Scoville units. Let's get right into this one. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Wing number 4.
Okay.
Cheers.
I didn't get any meat. Just skin.
So Sarah, I'm told that you had a variety of jobs in your life. In this 30 years that you were waiting to go to cosmetology school, You've had a variety of jobs. Tell me a little about some of the jobs that you've had.
Well, I worked for the mob.
The mob? Mm-hmm. Oh, please tell me more about that.
Yeah, well, I don't really feel comfortable telling you.
They have a contract on you?
Yeah. I'm not
Are
gonna
any
say,
of
I'm
us
not
safe
gonna,
right now?
maybe not, I don't know. I'm not gonna say the name of the company. But there were, I won't even say rumors because they're actually true. They were involved in the disappearance or whacking, if you will, of Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is factual data?
Yes, it's in court documents that the owner of the company actually went to court to testify about it.
How did you find out about this?
So my boss at the time had a conversation with somebody that worked in the company. He's like, there's no way this is true. And he went online and like looked up the court documents and was like, oh shoot, this is real.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so when you discovered this, was this after you worked for them?
Oh yeah, I had been with the company for like 5 or 6 years at this point.
Yeah. And what was your, when you found out you were part of the mob, what did you do next?
Oh, I went out and killed a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You stayed part of the mob?
Yeah, absolutely.
Started to do contracts?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you might want to lay low for a while because you could be wanted for murder.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So was that the only job you had, just working for the mob?
Oh gosh, no, I've had way too many jobs. What else? I was a fashion expert at at Express.
Is that what they called you, a fashion expert?
That was
or
that was my
your own
actual.
title?
Yeah, no, I was like, I'm a fashion expert. It was my actual title. I pretty much was like a personal shopper for people. Yeah,
All
that
right.
was really cool. I really liked that job.
From the mob to fashion.
From fashion to the mob.
Fashion to the mob,
Yeah,
sure.
as one does.
Seems like a more likely transition.
Yeah, I was like, you know what, this fashion world's not for me.
Yes. I need something a little more dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So fashion, I know you had more than two. I talked to your husband. He said you had many
I've
different
had
career
so many
paths.
jobs. Well, my first job, I worked at a daycare, which was odd because I don't like kids. I want my own kids. I
Sure.
just don't.
I don't like other people's kids.
Yeah.
I like mine, but I don't like other people's
Yeah,
kids.
because like,
for
you
the
can't
most
tell
part.
other people's kids to shut up.
Yeah, you can't beat them.
Yeah.
I can beat my own children.
Exactly.
It's a much nicer
Yeah.
arrangement.
Yeah. That was when I was 17. I was getting paid $5 an hour, and I thought that was like good money.
Yeah. That is good money.
Yeah. So.
This is what, like 1997, 96,
I'm
95?
not that old.
Yeah? I'm
Probably
old.
like 2002, 2003.
That wasn't good money in 2002, 2003.
Well, I didn't know. It was my first job.
So I'm told you worked at a place called Caption Calls. This sounds
Oh my
sketchy.
gosh.
What was this about?
Yeah. So actually, that was the job that I had before I started working here. And I got to listen in on people's phone calls. It was a telephone service for the deaf and hard of hearing. And so like whenever they would pick up their phone, it was just automatically connected to the company that I worked for. And I would have to verbally repeat everything that the non-deaf person was saying, and then it would get translated onto the computer.
How many people were involved with this phone call? Sounds like 4 or 5 people.
So it was the person making the call,
Yeah.
the person receiving the call, and then me.
And then someone translating.
No, that was the computer.
Oh, the computer would
Yeah.
translate. I got
So
it.
I would say it, and then it would just like print out on the screen.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
No,
Did you ever like mess up the message just to mess with people sometimes?
no, but I should have.
Yeah.
There were a lot of calls
When
where
you were in the mob, you could have done something a little more exciting.
Yeah. There are a lot of calls where they would tell you like you can't mess up at all, like that's grounds for firing. And it was really hard sometimes to like actually not laugh or to be like, okay, can you speak up or speak more clearly or whatever.
Did you ever
but-
have to like translate a very personal call where people were talking about things that you maybe were uncomfortable about? Yeah. You did?
Yeah, a lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, there's a phone call. I don't know how much I can get into, but there was a phone
This is
call
PG.
between a group of men,
Oh dear.
and they were talking about their
Los Calientes Verde.
very much, yeah. They were talking about their heyday back in the '80s, you know, snorting cocaine
Okay.
and
Very Wolf of Wall Street. Style.
yeah, doing questionable things to women. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you got to translate that.
Yeah, me too.
Let's just get right into our next wing, which
All
is
right.
called Hotheads.
Fantastic.
And this is Hotheads Official Revolutionary. We've gone now from 36,000 to 57,000 Scoville units.
Feel great.
There.
Feel great.
So you feeling good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get right into it.
All right. That one tastes good too.
Got a little bite to it. It builds. So, we know you also you had your own cleaning company. You worked for Urban Outfitters were you also a fashion specialist there?
No, I only worked there for maybe like 3 or 4 months. Wow.
Yeah, right?
That one's getting me in the back of the throat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a deep burn.
It is. Kind of like Ron Burgundy.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. No, I only worked at Urban Outfitters for a few months when I lived in Lansing and I was going to college. Not for cosmetology school.
Okay. But still, this is in that 30-year period where you're...
Yes. Yeah.
Also, you were a Beachbody coach.
Oh, I was. I forgot about
I seem
that.
to know
I was
more about your
terrible
life than
at
you. I've
that.
done my homework.
Yeah. You know me better than I do, apparently.
And then you worked for the Genesee Baptist Association.
I did. Yeah.
This
I
is
was
a
the
variety.
secretary.
So during this time, you were just trying to find Sarah Dameron.
That's right.
Well,
Well,
it wasn't Sarah Dameron.
no, it was
time.
Sarah Church at the time.
Sarah Church was trying to find Sarah Church, who would
Yeah.
eventually find Dan Dameron, who would eventually
know it.
become Sarah Dameron.
Yeah.
I get it. It's
Yeah.
a journey.
It is.
So tell us about the time when you worked at the Armored Truck Company.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is associated with the mob or not, but apparently you sent some inadvertent text. It was kind of embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I hate this question
That
so
last
much.
one is hitting me.
Is it?
It's
You
hitting
okay?
me.
Do you need some milk?
I'm good. No, I don't need milk.
Okay.
I don't need milk.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I don't embarrass easily at all. But this is by far the most embarrassing thing that's.
By far?
By
Even
far.
more embarrassing than the 4 men talking about the 80s.
Oh yeah, that was whatever. You know, that had nothing to do with me. So when I worked at the Armored Truck Company, I managed the cash rooms and cash operations. So I had the ability to hire people, whoever I wanted. And at the time, I was like, who better than to hire people that I go to church with and that I know and that I can trust? So I hired someone who I won't name.
A lot of nameless people in this podcast.
Yeah.
But you know who you are.
Yeah. Oh, he knows.
He knows.
He knows
You
who
know.
he is.
You're watching and you know.
I
But we're
think
leaving you nameless, but you know.
Yeah, I scarred him for life. So I'm a very chill person. Like, people can do whatever they want. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And the room that we worked in had no windows. Like, it was like a prison.
Yeah.
And so, like, our only form of enjoyment was listening to music. And so I was like, hey, you know, put on whatever music you want. I don't care, whatever.
Good
And the majority
choice.
of the time, it was fine. It didn't bother me. And then somehow or other, we got talking about Lindsey Sterling, who's a violinist. Yes. He's like,
Familiar.
oh, if you like Lindsey Sterling, you're gonna love this
Oh, no.
group. And he put in a cover band of Metallica, but it was like classical music style. And I hate Metallica. Hate it. Like,
Beethoven meets Sandman.
yes. And so at the time, there was only 3 of us working in the cash room. My friend Becca, who I also went to church with, we'll call him Tom.
Tom.
Tom worked in the
Your
cash
alias.
room, and then me. And
Sarah.
Yes, Sarah. And so I just sent her a text, and I had just changed my phone number like a week or 2 prior. I sent her a text, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hate Metallica music so much. And she got it, and she opened her phone, she's like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. And we were like, okay, what? She's like, I just got a text message from a random number that said I hate Metallica music so much, and we're listening to Metallica
Busted.
music.
Busted.
How weird is that? And I was like, oh no, oh, this is uncomfortable. And so then I like tried to play it off like it wasn't obvious that it was me. And I was like, well, what's the phone number? And she said, it starts with 517. And I was like, that's Lansing. Who in the world would know that we're listening to Metallica music? Weird. And it was just very, very, very uncomfortable. And
Did you ever tell Tom?
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
So after we left work and everything, I called Dan, who's my trusted source at the time, and I was like,
Were you still not Dameron yet?
I was not Dameron, no. And so I was like, this is what happened. I'm mortified. What do I do? And he's like, well, you need to call him and apologize. And I was like, no, anything but that.
He's also the drummer of my band, so it's like,
Yeah.
multiple layers of
Yeah.
confidence.
And so I was
Dan's
like, all right.
Metallica cover band.
Yeah. And so, so I was like, okay, that's the right thing to do. I'll man up, I'll do it. And so I called Tom and I said, hey, Tom, it's pretty obvious it was me that sent the text message. And he's like, oh yeah, I knew the whole time. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm so sorry.
He knew the whole time.
Yeah.
Tom was playing it cool even more than you were.
He's the nicest human being ever, and I'm just straight trash.
Good job, Tom.
Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
So,
But listen, bringing up Metallica, the classical instrumental style, in public with a group, it's not really a good move. But you know, you live and learn.
I learned my lesson very
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yes. All right, well, this is getting great. Well, let's get right into our next wing here. This one always worries me because it is in Spanish.
Uh-oh.
It is no label, so you know if it's going to be hot. You know it's going to be hot. And this is called Señor Lechuga. It says 67,000 Scoville units. I'm told that lechuga means lettuce.
In Spanish, that means Mr. Lettuce.
It has adobo, black lime, and ghost peppers.
I kind of feel like some sketchy dude that was like high out of his gourd made this in his basement or something.
Yeah, eating lettuce, smoking
Yeah,
lettuce.
he loves lettuce.
Smoking lettuce. All right,
Yeah.
well, let's get into Señor Lechuga.
All right.
All right. Okay, so we've learned a lot that happened before you became Sarah Dameron. Tell us when you met Dan. How'd you meet Dan?
We met at church, like good Christian kids do. He was up playing in the worship band, like he always does, and I said, "Hello, that's a man."
This is Dan you're talking about.
Yeah,
Dan
yeah.
Dameron?
Dan
Okay.
Dameron, my
Okay.
now husband.
Just wanna make sure.
Yeah, that'd be really awkward if it
That wasn't my first reaction to Dan, so I was just checking.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be inappropriate, being
True.
that you're his boss.
True. Good point.
Yeah. No sexual harassment claims here.
Or tension between us.
No, none. Yeah, so we met at church.
He was playing. Okay, so
Yeah.
how long before you guys, after you saw, well, that's a man right there.
Yeah.
How long before you guys started to express interest in one another?
Is the question when did we start liking each other, or is the question when did we start
yeah.
dating?
When did you start? Okay, maybe I'll answer it this way. Who asked who out?
Me, like 5,000 times.
You asked Dan.
I was desperate, yeah. Desperate for his love and attention.
Well, it looks like you got it, so.
I did. I won
you
in
won.
the end.
You won.
Yeah, I trapped him.
Let's give her a round of applause. She won.
Thank you.
She won.
I feel like confetti
Yes.
should shoot out.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got the man.
But from the time that we met and started dating, you know that meme from Titanic where it's Rose and she's like, "It's been 84 years."
It's been 84 years.
That's what it felt like.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
So how many times did you ask him before he said yes?
Well, I don't know that I necessarily asked him, but I kept telling him, we need to make this thing official.
Yeah.
It's been long enough.
Yeah.
Get with the program.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, "No, get away from me, crazy lady."
Why do you think Dan was apprehensive about? Was it the homeschool thing? Was it the
It was
mob thing?
absolutely. He was like, "I can't handle homeschoolers. They're weird.
Yeah.
Get away from me. You smell like
And he
cheese."
wanted to go to prom at some point.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
knew you wouldn't be
And I
able to
was
go.
said, "My mom
He
won't
needed
let
a
me."
forever prom date.
Yeah,
Well, who said "I love you" first?
he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, you can't. That's a Hollywood movie right
It
there.
is. And it was at
You know,
it was at my brother's wedding.
Awkward homeschool girl meets the mob. You know, becomes a fashion expert.
Yeah.
Finds hunk of man out of her league, maybe in
Yes,
her mind.
absolutely.
Yet pursues,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they fall in love, and he expresses his love verbally before her.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds to me like The Notebook. Really, it's
Well,
poetic.
well, that's the Hollywood version.
Yeah.
What actually happened is I said I'm in the mob,
Oh.
so marry me or I'll
You
kill
threatened
you.
him and put a
Yeah,
contract
it's
out on you.
fishes for you, buddy.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. So you guys do a lot of road trips.
We do.
You and Dan. Now
Yeah.
you guys are married now. How long have you
Yes.
been married?
Almost 3 years.
3 years. 3
Yeah.
years of wedded bliss.
Absolutely.
And you do a lot of road trips.
Yeah.
You were going to do one this weekend, but that's
We
going to have to
were.
get postponed
Yeah.
because of some unfortunate plumbing issues in the house.
Yeah. Home ownership.
Yes. What's the favorite road trip you've been on so far?
I really, really love the trip to Nashville. Anytime. Nashville's one of our absolute favorite places, and it's just a very beautiful, beautiful drive, and it's fun because it's not so far that you're just completely exhausted when you get there. But
Well, you're somewhat of a world traveler because you tell us
Yes.
you've been to Prague.
I tell everybody that. Yeah, I'm very
Yes.
proud of it.
Yes. So tell us about your trip to Prague. Was this a mob assignment, or
Yeah.
were you there on business, or was
Yeah.
this a trip for pleasure?
Well, it was actually a missions trip, but again, I was like, hey, I got Dan by threatening him with the mob, so I'll just get people loving the Lord by threatening them with the mob, you know.
I'm starting to think you're not joking. All right,
not.
all right, all right.
Okay. No, it was a missions trip. I did not threaten anybody with their life. It was really great. We were there for 12 days. I did not learn how to speak Czech at all.
Oh, that's what they speak in Prague. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was Praganese.
Yeah, that's a common misconception.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, most people over there do speak English,
Okay.
so it wasn't.
It wasn't
a
necessary
requirement.
to know
No,
Czech.
No, but okay. So like the Czech people have a very sad history in that during World War II, you know, Hitler's gang came in and basically said, we can either take over your country or you can give it to us and you can live peaceably with
Right.
us. So the president said, we'll live peaceably with you. Well, then socialism took place and it's just, you know, socialism. And so
Socialism, am I
yeah,
right?
right. So people were constantly going to jail, getting killed, all that stuff. So even to this day, they're very hush-hush around outsiders. Like, you don't talk to them, you don't interact with them. So that was interesting. And, you know, sometimes some of the people that we were with would walk up to them, and some people knew Czech, and they would say in Czech, hello, do you speak English? And they would say, no, 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 no. So then we'd walk away and be like, okay, you know, thank you. And they'd be like, yeah, have a nice day. And we're like, oh, why, yada. Yeah. But it was beautiful. I
What
would
an
love to go
experience.
back there
Yes.
someday.
Well, I hope you get a chance to go back to Prague. Hopefully you can learn a little Czech
Yeah.
between now and then.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I'm extremely impressed with your tenacity so far, because my mouth is, as they say, en fuego.
Okay.
And you haven't touched the milk. You don't even seem to be phased yet. So
No.
your
It's
tenacity.
a little tingly,
It's tingly?
but yeah.
Tingly is nothing. Okay, well, we're going to move on then. We're moving into the 6 digits here
Oh boy.
to Chile Lengua de Fuego,
Okay.
Butila Fire,
Or is it but illa fire?
Butila Fire. I think it's Butila.
Okay.
And so Butila Fire, and it is 118,000 Scoville units.
Sweet.
And so, you know, let's just get right into this one here.
All right. Oh, that's the wrong one. I almost ate the wrong one. Okay.
Eat the right one.
I think I'm just gonna start eating more of it because I really don't feel anything.
Get into it.
Yeah.
I'll follow your lead.
I'm here for it.
So, I've heard there's a rumor that you tend to lose yourself in the moment when Eminem sings that song. But I'm also told you know all the lyrics to that song. So, if I had Dan play a little music, could you drop a bar, maybe the first verse for us, right here on the air?
Maybe.
All right, Dan, could you cue that up for us? All right, take one more bite while we're waiting.
Okay. Of the same one? Mm-hmm. Okay. If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it? Or just let it slip? Yo, his palms are sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy, he's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd grows so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking now, everybody's choking. How the time's run up, clock's over, something bow. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Goes gravity, go. He's so mad, but he won't give up. That is he know. He's no blah blah blah. That's all I got.
Fantastic. With 116,000 Scoville units in her belly.
I literally had chicken like sitting in my
She
throat.
sings Eminem.
That's right.
I think the build-up was the best.
Yeah, it was.
The timing was perfect. The lyrics were perfect.
Thank you.
There's vomit on your sweater already.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
it's hot wings. Though,
I gotta
not
say,
mom's
on the
spaghetti.
surface, you look calm and ready.
I am.
Because next is
Feel
the
great.
bomb. So you're gonna have to drop bombs.
Woo!
So hopefully you don't keep on forgetting what I'm gonna ask you here.
Okay.
So I guess, let's just get right into the bomb.
Okay.
Now, from my recollection, this was the worst. This was the worst one.
I'm feeling a little bit of heat right
Are you
now.
feeling parched just a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm impressed because I'm feeling a lot of heat. My
Okay.
face feels like it's on fire.
You're glistening.
But that milk is calling my name. But I'm gonna hold out. I'm
Yeah.
holding out.
Yeah.
Because you only get one shot.
That's right.
And you don't want to miss your chance
Yeah.
to blow.
Yeah. No.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Whew. All right, the bomb evolution. 135,600 Scoville units. All right. Are we ready for this?
I was born ready, baby.
All right, we just taking one bite. What are we doing?
I mean, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I'm not gonna wuss out.
Okay, glad I asked. All right, so you've gone from being able to sing Eminem
Yeah.
verbatim,
Yeah.
great cadence, but now today you lead worship, or I help lead worship at your
Yeah.
church.
Don't ask me to sing right now.
What is your favorite worship song and why?
Wow, this one's hot. Holy balls, man. It's getting me. That's good.
Favorite worship song and why?
I really like, wow. That one's hot. I think Satan pissed on this one. Dang, dude. I'm like shaking now.
Yeah, I can see that. You want some milk?
No. I'm gonna.
Tell us your favorite worship song then.
I'm trying. I really like Anchor. I think it's by Hillsong. And it's like razor blades on my tongue.
I'm feeling the
I'm
same.
still gonna eat the
I'm
whole
with you.
thing.
Okay,
Let's go.
let's do it. Really like Anchor.
Yeah,
In your own words, you despise wearing socks. What is that all about?
I do. My feet need to breathe.
Even in the
man.
winter.
Yeah, I hate it.
Why?
Why do you like them? That's the better question.
I'm interviewing you here.
Are you? Wow.
Are we gonna finish this?
Yeah, man.
I see you put it down over there.
Did I? I thought
Yeah.
it was done. Okay.
So even in the winter, no socks. Are you wearing socks today? No socks. That's
No
impressive.
socks. I hate socks. I feel like when I wear socks, my feet are like suffocating.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't. They get too hot, and even like when I'm freezing cold, I still don't put socks on because then I feel like the sock traps the cold into
Mm-hmm.
my foot.
I won't wear them to bed,
Oh, that's
but
No.
in everyday life, I need to cover up the old feetsies.
no.
Well,
That's what shoes are for, man.
tell us about your irrational fear of sharks.
Of sharks?
I mean, we live in Michigan. It's a great
Yeah.
lake state. There's
Yeah.
no sharks anywhere. What made you afraid of sharks growing up as a Byronite? Not even a lake in Byron.
Man. There's a river.
Does it have
A
sharks
river
in
runs
the
through it?
Shy, in the mighty Shy?
No. Wow.
This is
That
pure
one got
misery.
me. Yeah. Honestly, I feel it more on my lips than I do.
Look,
Drink
Alright.
me.
we're not going for it, huh? No milk? All
Good,
right.
man. What was the question? I forgot at this point.
Your irrational fear of sharks growing up in Byron.
Oh my gosh. So when I was a kid, my eyes are starting to water. I don't
My
know
whole
how.
body's starting to water.
I just choked up my spit.
She's choking now.
Oh my gosh.
Time's run up. Clock's run up.
Okay. When I was a kid, I have 2 older brothers. And
You don't still have 2 older brothers just
No.
when you were a kid?
yeah, I still have 2 older
Your
brothers.
dates to the prom.
Yeah, yeah. And I went downstairs to our living room, and my oldest brother was wearing, no, he was watching Jaws. And I like snuck behind the couch, and I watched Jaws with him, although he probably didn't know I was there.
Shark still looks mechanical to me.
Well, not to a 4-year-old. So after that, I was like, there's a shark under my bed. Like, not a boogeyman, like, not a monster or anything like that. Like, I was convinced there was a shark under my bed. And so every time I got off the bed, I had to, like, leap off the bed as far as I could. And I've just been terrified of sharks ever
Still
since
to this
then.
day.
Yeah.
Like when you jump in a pool, or this is just a body of water where you can't see the bottom.
A body of water where I can't see the bottom.
That's my wife. She won't go in a lake. She won't go in a river.
Oh, I'll go in them. I'm just
She won't.
terrified the whole time.
She won't.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were asked a question. If you had to, I think I wiped my nose, and it's
That's not
inside my
good.
nose, and it's
Yeah.
not good. I think my sweat is burning.
That one was awful.
So if you had to assemble a zombie apocalypse team from AZEE,
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse, I don't know if I can say that.
I don't know. I
From
don't even know if
AZEE,
I
you
heard
said
it.
you would choose Dan, Zach, and Tracy. Those are so unconventional choices. Please explain that.
Yeah, well, Dan for obvious reasons. He's my
No, it's
husband.
not obvious to me.
Well, he's my husband,
Oh, okay. No.
and you know, his job is literally to protect me.
I see.
And I don't want to admit the other 2. Well, I just genuinely like Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
She's very sweet.
But that's not going to help you in a zombie apocalypse.
I mean, yeah, it is,
Oh,
because your whole world is turned upside down, and that's a pretty depressing thing.
gotta have a friend.
Yeah, you gotta have a friend
Yeah.
to go through that. And then
Hopefully they
Zach,
don't listen to Metallica.
yeah, was Zach the other person?
Zach was the other choice.
Yeah, my final choice there was I can trip somebody
You could trip somebody.
and run away. Run away.
I see. Well, I don't know.
I
that
think at the time you were like really the only other person here that I knew. So
I don't know that you're going to survive the zombie apocalypse, but
I was in the mob, man. Come on.
so you are electric.
Yes,
You love the Golden Girls.
I do.
Which Golden Girl are you?
Dorothy all the way.
You're Dorothy? Why
Yeah.
Dorothy?
Dry sense of humor, very sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Dorothy the little short one?
No, that's Sophia.
Sophia. I don't
Dorothy
know. I guess I
is the
should've known
tall
from
one who sounds
the
like a man.
Oh, yeah. Do you sound like a man? You don't sound like a man.
Well, no, I do when I wake up in the morning.
But as a lover of comedy and funny
Uh-huh.
movies, you've talked about this before. What's your favorite funny movie and why?
Oh man, there's so many. I don't know that I have a favorite, like this one's above everything else. I really like Anchorman. We've talked about that. I love Hot Rod. Hot Rod's
Hot Rod
is a
fantastic.
great movie.
Most underrated movie of all
Oh,
time,
for
in my
sure,
opinion.
for sure. And honestly, my brain is on fire right now. So those are
Yes.
like the only 2 movies in history that I can think of.
Well, you
right
said
now.
if Hollywood were to make a movie about you, you would want Jennifer Aniston to play you.
Yeah.
So I can see that.
Okay.
But what would the movie be called?
That's a good question. Sarah was in the mob, and nobody knows it.
Yeah. From
Yeah.
Homeschool to Hoffa.
Yes, that's
Homeschool
that's
to Hoffa.
that's great.
the title. Let's wrap it. Let's
Homeschool
make
to
that
Hoffa.
movie. Zach, can we make
Yeah.
that movie?
Yeah.
All right.
Short film.
Homeschool to Hoffa. All right. Well, it's time to move on to wing number 9 here.
Okay.
And fortunately for us, it's called Hellfire.
Fantastic.
And it is cranked. So it's not just Hellfire, it's cranked up a notch.
Yeah. Good.
And we're gonna go from 135,000 Scoville units to 699,000.
Okay.
So that would tell me this is like 5 times hotter than what we just did.
Yeah. That is the math.
So that's good math considering where my head is right now. So let's get right into it.
All right.
That tastes terrible. So you recently started rewatching the Marvel movies, MCU. Name for me your top 5 Marvel movies in the MCU.
Iron Man is number 1, the first one.
I'm with you there.
I really like Captain America, the first one.
Okay.
4,
Is that number 2?
that's number 2. Probably mostly because I love the 1940s. And that's a really stupid reason to love it, but here we are.
It's that era.
Yeah. Number 3 would be, oh gosh, I'm trying to think. That one really wasn't bad.
No, I think the last one has us numb.
Yeah.
Should we take another bite?
Yeah, let's do it.
We might as well. We've come this far.
Yeah. Number 3.
It tastes terrible.
It's not great.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's not great. I like Thor. I think I like the second Thor better.
The
than
Dark World?
Yeah.
That's
You
one of
don't
the worst.
agree?
One of
Really?
the worst, yeah.
I like that one.
I was along with you so far until you said the second Thor.
Dang it,
That's
time to get
probably
out.
in my bottom 5.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What was that? 3 or 4?
That was Iron Man,
Captain America.
Captain America, because you like the 40s.
Yeah.
Thor, the Dark World.
Okay.
Sure about that one. All right. Number 4.
I like.
You need another bite.
See, I'll go in for another bite.
Come on.
I really like Infinity War,
Good choice.
but there's like 2 other ones. I really like Age of Ultron. And
Again, bottom 5.
Really.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
This is your list, so
That's
go ahead.
fair. That's fair. But then, what's it called? Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choices.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right, except for 2 of them weren't good choices.
well.
But. So you also like true crime documentaries.
Love them.
What's the one crime other than working for the mob? What's the one crime that you think you could commit and get away with?
I don't want to admit that I think that I could kill somebody and get away with it, but I think I could kill somebody and get
You
away
could
with
get away
it.
with it? Do you think
Yeah.
so?
I think so.
Do you want to tell us how you would do it?
No,
Okay.
because then I wouldn't get away with it. Because then, you know, years later when it happens, they'd be like, remember that one podcast that dumb girl was on and she told us exactly how she would kill somebody and get away with it?
Well, listen, to this day, they haven't found Jimmy Hoffa's body.
I know.
So, so you have a good history.
Yeah.
You come from good stock
Yeah, I do.
there in Byron. All right. So you also said that if you could trade jobs with any person at AZEE, that would be Zach again. Now, is this also because you could trip him, or what do you like about Zach's job?
I really enjoy editing videos. I think it's just very fun to get into it, like cut things up, make them work together, take something that's simple but make it really funny or like add an effect.
Would you like to learn more about video editing?
I would like to learn
We can
more.
do an interview right on the spot. We are needing more video people.
Fantastic.
All right, good. Well, what is your favorite thing about working here?
I love the space that is given for creativity. You know, every job that I've ever had was very corporate world. When I worked at the armor truck company, my boss really wanted to grow the company and like would say things like, you know, if we grow this company, we could have corporate type jobs. And I would always say, I don't care if this place burns down to the ground.
Yeah.
Corporate world is not for me, and I love that AZEE does not feel like that, though we are a legitimate business.
Yeah, very cool. Well, let's take one more bite of that last one as I ask you this question.
I don't think there's anything left.
Oh, you got some there. What is your least favorite part about working at AZEE?
I don't know that I've been here long enough to have a
you've been here
least
long enough.
favorite.
Is it Dan? It's a
No,
Dan.
that's one of my favorite things. I really don't, I don't have any complaints as of yet, and I really don't. I'm not just saying that because there's a camera in my face.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you've done fantastic. I mean,
Thank you.
no milk. I'm dying over here. I will say there's like a numbness that comes over you.
Yeah.
But that last
after
one
that
really
last
genuinely
one.
wasn't as bad. But we're gonna move on to the last dab.
Okay.
Okay? This is the Hot Ones made the last dab Apollo.
Okay.
All right? It has 2 million
I'm here for it.
Scoville units. And as is tradition, we're gonna put a little extra dab on the
Okay.
wing. Okay? I'll put a little dab on mine.
I feel like after we get done with this, I'm gonna be like, I immediately regret not drinking milk.
I think so. I think so.
Oh no. Oh, that was quite a bit.
Okay, good.
Quite a bit.
We
All
got
right.
the last dab there. So once we do this, our production crew here is Zach is going to get a 60-second timer for us.
Okay.
We're going to do a segment called Say It in 60. You got to answer 10 rapid-fire questions in 60 seconds while eating the last dab.
Lord. Okay.
Zach, tell us when we're ready.
Okay. Ready? You want to start before you bite the wing? Or after?
We'll just take a bite. Yeah, we'll start after we take the bite. Okay. You
Okay.
tell us when to go. Go ahead and take the bite.
That was gross.
Very gross. Okay.
Start the timer.
60 seconds on the clock starts now.
What is a must-read book?
I can't think of the title, which doesn't help, but it's by Mark Driscoll. What's it called?
What is
The
a
one that
daily
you-
habit everyone should do?
Right.
What is your favorite podcast?
No easy way out.
What is a must-binge TV series?
Making a Murder.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Probably Anything by Whitney Houston.
What's your why?
Because I want to.
What's your best piece of advice?
The world sucks and you just have to deal with it sometimes.
All right, favorite quote?
10 seconds.
Oh Lord, there's so much pressure.
Who do you look up to?
My husband.
What is success to you?
Doing something that you truly enjoy.
Last one, what's your favorite quote? Time's up, but what's your favorite quote?
I totally blew it, but I don't know.
All right, I don't know.
Yeah.
One last bite of this one.
All right.
Let's give her a big round of applause.
No water. And
So, we're going to end the episode with explaining that post.
Oh, okay.
And I got a couple pictures here.
Oh Lord,
I'm going to send to your phone. Do you have your cell phone?
I don't.
Oh, Dan's going to bring it to you.
What a guy.
What a husband.
Ooh, that one is kicking in.
I just sent you one.
Okay.
Okay. Please
All right.
explain this to us.
So Dan and I went to a wedding. Not ours.
Was this picture taken because you missed out on the prom?
Yeah. So we were just really genuinely trying to get a cute picture. That one's so bad.
Yes, it is.
I like have so much phlegm in my mouth from the heat.
Please describe.
Yeah, we were just genuinely trying to take a cute picture. And somehow that happened and I was like, oh, this would be funny.
This wasn't staged, or this just happened organically?
Kind of both, I guess. I don't know. I think he was standing behind me and I was like, hey, put your arms around me. Like, it's an awkward prom picture. And
It was an awkward prom picture.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I just sent another one to you here. Oh. This looks like you were going through some awkward emo phase. But the thing I like the most about this post, and I'm going to find out where you're working because it says 10 more hours of work to go and no work to do. Hashtag get dat money. Hashtag naps at work. Hashtag Z's. Hashtag TGIF.
Yep.
Hashtag Friday. Hashtag Jessica Black. Please explain this to me, all of it.
okay.
Where were you working?
So this was at the Armored Truck Company.
Ah,
And
undercover.
yeah. And so one thing that I didn't mention about the Armored Truck Company is that I quit a few different times and
Oh,
went
you
back.
swallow the phlegm and it's hot. The phlegm
Yeah.
is hot.
It's like hitting you all over again. But this was the last time that I had gone back. And during that time when I was gone, we lost one of our biggest customers. Oh, man, my stomach is already like, you
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah. Yes, it
So
is.
when I came back, it was me and my boss and just the road crew. That was it. There was no cash room employees or anything. And we had very little cash room work to do, which it used to be like an all-day thing. So much snot is in my nose. And so yeah, I would work like 12-hour shifts. And I had apparently only worked 2 hours at this point, and I was already over it. And some days I would be the only person in the office. We would be, my boss would go out on the road to do deliveries, so I'd be the only one there, and I would nap.
Well, I think what everybody wants to know is, did you indeed get that money?
I did, yes.
You did?
Yes, I
You
got that money.
And that's why you're here at AZEE.
Absolutely.
You got that money.
That's right.
Well, listen, we did it. Cheers.
Okay,
It's up to you. I'm just cheersing, you know.
I'm gonna
just
go the
reminding
whole
you
way.
that milk exists.
It does.
And, you know, you got through 10 wings. You made it
did.
all the way through. You didn't take a drink of anything. You were an
No.
absolute champ. We learned
Thank
a lot
you.
about you. And I'm absolutely impressed with your tenacity. I think I would definitely choose you to be on my zombie apocalypse team.
Yes.
Still can't say apocalypse.
It's okay.
But we're firing on all syllables.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the opportunity here to look into this camera and tell our audience how they can find you on social media or how they can find the social media content you're creating.
All right. My personal social media on Instagram is at @C_Sarah_smile.
Can you change it to #GetThatMoney?
I should. Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, you can find me at AZEE.insta, or you can look up AZEE Business Solutions on Facebook.
AZEE.TikTok as well.
Yes.
AZEE Printing Solutions, all the above. Sarah's making great content. Sarah, thank you so much. This has been an absolute horrific experience.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you being willing to do this. Actually, this was your idea, so
It was
I'm
my
excited
idea.
about it.
Thank you for being
I'm
willing
excited
to do
that
it.
we made it through. You made me test my manhood, and I
Yeah.
feel like I'm more of a man now even than Dan. So I'm excited about that. And thank you for going on this journey with us, from Byron homeschooler to Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah.
You know, what is that called again?
Disappearance?
Mom, thank you.
Oh.
It's done. And if you're still watching us, we appreciate that. As my mother always said, you can't and never could until you tried. So go out there and try something great, my friend. Eat some wings, have a good time, and don't take the easy way out. We'll see you next time.